Or you hold it, yeah, there you go.
Conway is an AIS school. This stands for Accelerated Improvement School. This means that our test scores are low, like third from the bottom in the state. We're told that our school was once great, but that was long before COVID, teacher shortages, and behavioral problems. After considering the several sides to our problem, we realize that there isn't one person, event, or thing to blame. We also recognize that it'll take years to get out of the hole that we're in, and we believe that we'll never get out of this hole unless the students truly had a voice. How did we get this status? Who's to blame? And more importantly, how do we save our school? Education is a three-legged stool. This means that teachers, parents, and the students themselves help make a good education. So what happens when the legs start to break?
Do you believe Conway is at its fullest potential academically?
Absolutely not. Every day that I come to school, I know that we can do a lot better than we do. I really think that Conway students are the best students there are, and I believe that our kids just aren't doing what they can do and what they should do to reach their fullest potential. So no, I don't think that we're doing the best that we can do, but we will. We'll get there.
Do you believe that Conway is at its academic best? If so, then why?
No, I do not believe that we are at our academic best. I believe teachers and students play a fault in this. I don't think enough teachers is actually engaged with their lesson. I feel like the ones that I do know, just passing out worksheet, not necessary interaction with the students and actually teaching a lesson. And then I believe some of the kids get bored with the work. Speaking in regards to like advanced kids, they get bored with the work. And then we have a lot of students that just don't participate or don't care. So I believe academics is not at its best standards due to some teachers as well as the students.
Parents have a huge role in respect in rearing their children. The unfortunate things is that sometimes when a child and their parents are sometimes close in age, or if a parent is just not ready to get rid of their youth and they turn into a child's friend, then they struggle with that disciplinary action.
We realize that students play a big part in their education. However, at Conway we struggle with behavioral problems, attendance, student engagement, and apathy.
Bad behavior is being like stuck in a suitcase that you can't breathe. And it's like, if I was to be, let's say somebody opened that door for me, right? They opened that suitcase door and they said, oh my God, what's wrong? I'm gonna hop out and I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna tell you what's wrong. Yeah, so getting it from like our perspective, it's like it comes down from way down in the barrier. It's not just like, oh, you want to be bad just because you want to be bad, or you want to be bad. Like being bad isn't something like, yes, it's cool, it's fun, yeah, you get to run around and do all that. Don't get me wrong, I had a blast, but you get something at the end. Like everything has a consequence. Like, yeah. I always thought being angry instead of being happy was the way out of life.
Obviously, the students is one of, if not the most important leg. But if students don't show up or get kicked out of class, how are they supposed to get better?
Just want to let the Conway students know, man, I care about y'all, man. I want y'all to be successful. But I think the main thing right now is that you need to go to class, and you need to go to class on time. Hold yourself accountable. Then other adults, as you get older, they won't hold yourself accountable. You'll get used to doing the right thing. Yeah, you have slip-ups every now and then, but the most important thing is just showing up, accountability, and just taking responsibilities for your actions.
Hey, students of Conway, let's start going to class on time. Staying out of the hallways, being nice to your classmates. Let's be positive this month and finish out the school year strong.
We understand that Conway has many great teachers. Teachers are obviously critical to the three-legged stool. But what happens when teachers don't teach, get burnt out, overworked, or are unqualified? What happens when a school can only attract part or full-time subs and uncertified teachers?
The standards are pretty low, in my opinion. They say that the standards would be to be good kids and get good grades, but they don't act like that in the classroom. The students and the teachers, they kind of rush through the lessons and the students don't pay attention, so academically they could do a lot better.
I don't feel like schools teach the correct way how to learn. I feel like it's just menial tasks repeated over and over again. I don't feel like doing a worksheet other than math would help you learn about science.
Pues la verdad siento que se portan mal, como que no prestan atención. Y los que sí quieren prestar atención, se distraen por las personas que hacen lo que les dé la gana. Siento que no estoy aprendiendo lo suficiente, sea con el idioma o como lo explican. Siento que no lo hacen como deberían.
If you had the ability to change anything about Conway, what would you change?
That some of the teachers don't really do a lot. Like, they'll just sit in the back and make you do work on a computer or iPad. They won't actually work with you.
It's not that we were way up here and then we dropped. We've always been, kind of working with kids who've been struggling all along. A few years ago, the scores crept down and we finally went into that bottom 5%. And as you all were saying earlier, we are third from the bottom of the state.
Many students face hardships at home, like lack of food, no electricity or water, and little to no support to be a successful student. I feel like my behavior was a result from my situation at home, because a lot of times when I got home, there were no rules and there wasn't anything that we got in trouble for, and we never knew if the electricity would go out and stuff, so we did things that we weren't supposed to distract ourselves from it. We would go to our rooms because we were mad at our parents because of the situation we were in, with no lights or food around the house. I wish Conway would be more accepting, not of behavior, but of bad kids, to help them get better.
In the end, we determined that without all three legs of our stool, our educational journey could be doomed. We cannot be supported with only one or two legs, but we need all three legs to be successful students and lift ourselves out of the AIS status. We also realize words aren't enough. We understand many people have lost hope in Conway. They believe that the damage done is unrepairable. We wanted to do something. So, we started the SOS project. We know it's entirely up to us to help start the social change. To spread social change, we are using social media. Many people, including students, use social media for hours on end. Our change starts with spreading it on here. If Conway is going to improve, we need to be change agents. Improvement starts with us. We can't rely on parents and teachers to improve something that they can't understand. This is why the student voice is so important. Only we know the real problem. Only we can save our school.
Thank you.